Holding the system together from the biggest planets to the smallest asteroids. Light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second, so it takes sunlight just over 8 minutes to reach Earth. At its surface, the sun is a scorching 5,500 degrees Celsius, but it's just the right distance from Earth to provide the heat and light needed to support life here on our planet. Look carefully and you'll see bright flashes. These eruptions are called coronal mass ejections and solar flares. They can disrupt radio communication on Earth and cause problems for satellites, aeroplanes, electrical power lines, and even the navigation systems on our phones. But did you know it's these ejections and flares that create the amazing geomagnetic storms that produce the northern and southern Because of this fast orbit, 1 year on Mercury is equivalent to just 88 days on Earth. Mercury can get very hot, with daytime surface temperatures reaching up to 430 degrees Celsius. There's evidence that there might be water and ice in some of its colder craters. For humans, getting this close to the Sun is a risky business. Only a few spacecraft have been sent to study Mercury, including a probe called Bepi Colombo, launched in 2018 by the European Space Agency and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Mercury is actually light grey in colour. The image you see here is being artificially coloured blue and yellow to show the chemical and mineral differences. Evolved into a vastly different, inhospitable world with a thick atmosphere, clouds of sulfuric acid, and scorching temperatures. Venus's atmosphere is made up almost entirely of carbon dioxide. This thick atmosphere traps the heat and causes an intense greenhouse effect, making Venus the hottest planet in 460 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. A few landers have made it to the surface of Venus. The crushing pressure of its atmosphere and intense heat meant they could only survive for an hour or two at most. Earth is 4.5 billion years old. You can see it here spinning on its tilted axis, which creates our different seasons. As the first British astronaut details you can discern. This is the only celestial body that humans have ever been to besides Earth, our moon. Scientists think that our moon was formed when an ancient Mars-sized same side always faces us, and that's why we refer to the near side and the far side of the moon. Look out for the lighter areas. These are called the lunar highlands. They stand above the darker lunar maria, the plains made by ancient lava flows. In 1969, American astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first person to set foot on the moon. One day in the future, there may be numerous bases on the moon where astronauts and scientists will work and study, and maybe even launch onwards to Mars. This dusty, cold, desert world is Mars, also known as the Red Planet. Olympus Mons. It's far higher than Mount Everest, the highest point here on Earth. Mars is also home to the biggest canyon in the solar system, Valles Marineris. If you look carefully, you can see it as a fracture across Mars's surface. But there are areas where water still exists today. For instance, there's water in the form of ice beneath the surface, and there's ice caps at the poles. And in 2024, scientists found for the first time evidence of liquid water deep in Mars's rocky outer crust. Many think Mars could be a new home for humans eventually, but for now it's the only planet in the solar system entirely inhabited by robots in the form of rovers sent from Earth. Jupiter is the largest and oldest planet in the solar system. It's a gas giant made mostly of so big that 1,300 Earths fit inside it. Sometimes referred to as a failed star because it had all the right ingredients of a star but didn't quite grow big enough to start nuclear fusion, which provides the energy that stars need to keep shining. Jupiter spins quickly, taking less than 10 hours to rotate once, giving it the shortest day in the solar system. On the image, a gigantic storm, twice the size of Earth, that has raged for well